Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the official launch of the 2024 Kip Keino Classic at the Nyayo National Stadium. This is the official media launch for this year's showpiece, which is the 5th edition. Of course, as usual, we expect sizzling action from this side of town with some of the best talents in the world expected to grace this year's event. I'm talking Letile Tebogo, Anita Abodachik, Mary Mora, Ferdinando Manyala, just to mention just a few. And as I speak to you right now, the MC is on stage, for the official launch. So I'd like to hand you over for what is expected to be a beautiful, beautiful media launch of the 2024 Kip Keino Classic.
To make his name known across the world at the Mexico Olympics. I'm talking about none other than Kipchoge Keino, a man who started off herding goats to becoming, well, one of the goats himself when it comes to the world of athletics. And he is a man who epitomizes resilience, hard work, belief, and competitiveness. In fact, Mexico Olympics, if you remember, he was ill, running 6 races in 8 days with gallbladder issues. So you can imagine what that shows. Fast forward to this tournament, this meet, the Kip Keino Classic. It started off right here at Nyayo Stadium. In fact, it started off in the midst of the COVID pandemic. And yet Kenya, in its resilience, very much a reflection of Kipchoge Keino himself, hosted one of the best tournaments, and athletes got to do what they wanted, and the fans who had been missing that got that entertainment. In 2024, it is no different. We have a man who started in Nandi Hills and took that class to the world, ensuring now, years later, that world-class athletes are coming to our country. And that is what's happened over the course of 4 editions, and the 5th editions of the Kip Keino Classic Continental Tour is absolutely no different. You are going to be part of history continually being made, and I'm very proud to share this stage with every single one of you. Now, I will start off, of course, I can see Mary Mora has joined us, which is great to see her. I saw her at Sawyer, of course, victorious there, and we hope she's victorious on the track, because I can't wait to see that dance coming out once more. So we'll keep our eye on her. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will start off by inviting Barnaba Korir to come up. He will be giving us a short speech, a rundown of what to expect, letting us know about the meet, some of the most interesting things we can look forward to, and of course telling you every other bit of expectations that you are allowed to have.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you as a meet director of the 5th edition of the Kip Keino Classic, which has been growing in leaps and bounds. It's one of the best organized meets in the world now. So you're welcome to these meetings. We are going to have...
Pardon me, I will ask Barnaba to come here so that the media mics can also get the audio.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, as I said before, I take this opportunity to welcome all of you here today for this media briefing and the launching of the 5th edition of Kip Keino Classic. Kip Keino Classic started 5 years ago, and it has been growing in pounds and leaps and pounds. It's one of the best organized meets in the world now, as a continental tour called, which is the only one in Africa at the moment. So this is really something to be proud of as Kenyans, and we ask for your support both from those who are organizing and especially the stakeholders and the Kenyans at large, that this is an event that we own it as Kenyans. The athletes that will be taking part, of course, as I said before, is actually one of the best organized events we have had. The top athletes, especially sprinters from different parts of the world, and of course the Kenyans. The onset of sprinting in this country started when none other Manyala won the first edition, beating the Americans, the top Americans in this field. That was during the COVID period, and it was the onset of an event that has attracted the national events. In fact, in the outside of this country, they always consider this event a sprint event because most of the participants and those who do well are sprinters, especially from Jamaicans, Americans, and of course from Europe. And we have, as a result of that, developed interest in sprints in this country because of this event. Those who will be taking part, especially in the 100 meters, will be led by Omanyala Ferdinand, a Kenyan, who has completely turned the tables, more also the top marathoners. I love marathon, maybe. Sprinters. And he will be contesting with one of the best American sprinters. He has been attending all the events, all the meets in this country, that is Bednarek Kenneth from the USA. We have the 200 meters, men, and really, when you talk about the 200 meters, we have also one of the best sprinter in Africa, and also a silver medalist during the last World Championship, called Letsile Teboko from Botswana. This young athlete also is coming home because during the World Under-20 Championships here in Nairobi, he actually did very well and is coming back on this field where he set up his running career in Nairobi here. 800 meters, we know, of course, the Kenyans who are going to be here. We have a world champion, Wanyonyi Emmanuel from Kenya. He's going to be here. We have Ferguson Rotich, who was also a silver medalist in the Olympics. Timothy Cheruiyot, one of the pioneer 1500 meter runner, also is going to be there. And of course, we have from Botswana a newcomer called Ainkura Ketopolikile from Botswana. 1500 meters men, we have Etienne Kamara, Reynold Giporin, world record holder in the under-20. That was done last year. And we have Vincent Geter also, who won the under-20 championship here in Nairobi. We go for now 400 meters men. Top from Botswana also. We have Ndori Bayabo and Scotch Leungo. Hammer throw, world champion from Poland. Nowishi Wojciech, who is the world champion. Paweł Pacek from Poland also. And then Kasper Ethand, that is from Canada. Then, of course, the javelin throw. I know everybody here knows who is our hero, who is a champion here, Olympic champion, world champion, and also last year did very well also is Julius Yeko, and then with, of course, Roland Thomas, world champion from Germany, is going to be there. I know everyone wants to know who actually is going to be in 100 meters. Women, 100 meters women. Last year and the other year we had Jamaicans running here, but this time around we have Christine. You remember the last name? Christine Mboma. Christine Mboma is coming back, and she's going to start a new career here in Nairobi. Last time when she ran, she had also a problem at Kasarani when she pulled the when she had an injury. She did very well. And of course now we call the 800 meters. The 800 meters women. 800 meters women, the reigning queen is here with us. She's going to run here. And I've seen what she wrote also on Facebook, that she's going to go under 156. None other than Mary Mora. Give her applause. She has done great. And I remember when she ran under 18, 2017, the relay, and she beat one of the best 100 meter hurdles men from Brazil. And of course, there's a sign that she put that she was going to kill him And actually, she did that. It was an amazing view. And then later on, I told her, yes, that sign that you gave and you did it, we are really proud of you. And you are going to be a champion later. And she did. And she's here. She's determined. When she says she's going to go under 156, we pray for you, and I'm sure you are going to do that. May. Very good. The rest of those who will be there, of course, is running with her is Nakaya Halima from Uganda. She's also one of the best athletes. And then the freshly crowned in the 1500 meters women under 20 World Cross Country Championship is going to be here. Alemayu Marta. Alemayu Marta is from Ethiopia. She's going to run also with the other athletes. We go to 5,000 meters women. We have Margaret Chelimo. She is one of the best athletes we have in both 10,000, 5,000, and of course, cross country. So she is going to also to battle with the other athletes from Ethiopia and Uganda. Finally, the hammer throw for women, the world of European champion. She's the gold medals for the European Championship. That's from Romania, Bianca Kelber. And what difficult names to pronounce from Polish, I can only say Anita from Poland and Kasamafoit Jani from USA. Those are the athletes that will be taking part, ladies and gentlemen, and let us give them applause. I'm sure that they are going to run in this stadium, and we ask the Kenyans to turn up in large numbers to ensure that we have an event that is recognized worldwide. Thank you very much, and let us have an event that will be memorable as we think about bigger events that will be coming up. Asante sana.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Colleen. A lively talker. I actually love spending time with him every opportunity that I get. I love spending time with athletes every opportunity that I get. I know some of you are sitting there and wondering when Mora will be speaking. Mora will maybe field a few questions at the end. So if you have questions for any of the people up here on stage, please start preparing them. We will be giving you an opportunity to ask them in a second. Just for clarity, I'm not just talking because I want to waste your time. We're actually giving the sound guys a chance. There we go. Thumbs up. Great. So now we move on to the next one. When I see Mary here, and I've watched her run, and I've watched Omanyala also perform, you kind of get tempted to put your money where your mouth is. And my money is always on our Kenyan athletes, and my money will continue to be on our Kenyan athletes because they have proven to the world that they are absolutely talented and capable. There's another place where I like to put my money to keep it safe. That happens to be a bank. Not just any bank, it happens to be Absa Bank, because when it comes to consumers, they are put first. And if you don't believe me, you'll see how kindly he speaks to you, how well versed he is, because up next is Moses Muthui, who is also the consumer banking director for Absa Bank. He is the man who is coming up next to give his speech, as they are one of the key sponsors of the 2024 Kip Keino Classic. Once again, my apologies. We are having a slight technical issue. I know we are live, and we're very grateful for local TV and TV for covering us live, and every other opportunity that we're getting to go to the people who couldn't make it at Nyayo National Stadium. So we are just working on our sound, and then we will be getting the next speech from the Consumer Banking Director, Moses Muthui. Moses? I'll put this here just in case.
Okay. The Honorable Gladys Bochelet, Deputy Speaker of the Senate, President of Athletics Kenya, General Tuwe, Program Director and Tournament Director Correro, who is with us today, Mary Mora, Wesley Were, all the athletes in the house. Good morning. I'm Jambo. I was hoping they will serve us some very hot tea that comes alongside any event. But do you agree water is good enough? Allow me to make a few remarks and also acknowledging our media fraternity who are here with us and the support they give to this event and sporting in general. Our commitment as Absa to sports has been dated over the last 10, 15 years. As a brand, we believe in supporting sports across different facets. Over the last 10 years, Absa has invested up to 1.2 billion in sports, cutting from athletics to golf to football, just nurturing the spirit of sports in the country. We remain very committed to continue with this endeavor, and specifically around athletics, which we have now selected as our flagship sporting event to support as a brand. As Absa, we like to say your story matters, and there's nowhere where you find that coming alive than in athletics, where the young men and women who make the country proud and fly a flag high across the world. With events like the Absa Kip Keino Classic, we really pride ourselves partnering and supporting these events in a big way. Honorable Deputy Speaker, President, expect Absa to continue being very close to you and everything you're achieving in the space of sports and athletics. We are going to be bigger and better. I remember earlier this year, I personally went to Sh40 Classic in Eldoret, and actually didn't realize how big athletics is outside the capital into the regions. And we are very pleased to be part of that sponsorship. I think this year Absa is going to participate once again, as we did for the last 3 years in this event, with extending financial support to Absa Kip Keino Classic for 2024, with up to about 40 million shillings of spend. Of that 40 million shillings, 30 million is the sponsorship fees that is going to go directly in ensuring the event is organized and done in a seamless way, giving our visitors as well as our local athletes the experience that they deserve. And the 10 million shillings is going to go around what we call leverage, making sure we amplify this event. We take it to the screens and radio stations of Kenyans around the country, advertising and media, hospitality. So Absa will commit to spend 40 million shillings around the Kip Keino Classic. We are very inspired and truly encouraged today to see the likes of Mary Mora. Really you inspire what we do as a brand. Wesley, the work you do around this space and the inspiration we get from you, and all the athletes around this event. We'll continue to work with you more directly for where we can, beyond the bigger event, to make sure around the clock we are supporting and leveraging your talents and making sure we are there behind you. So for me, is to say asante sana once again. Absa remains fully committed in sports in general, athletics in specific, this year and for the years to come, and we'll continue to offer our support and be there for our young athletes, the more established, the elite athletes in the coming period. So I'll close my remarks there and say we are together in this through this event and the events that come in the future. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the challenge continues. It's a competition. When it comes to the Kip Keino Classics, you'll see competition and challenges being, dealt with by the athletes. I guess you and I have to deal with this as the least of our challenges. Now, while we're working on that, I'd just like to recap by saying thank you once again to Moses Muthui and, of course, to Absa for putting in some financial muscle when it comes to this Kipchoge Keino Continental Tour. 40 million being put in, 10 of which will be to ensure that everyone, like now, are watching from home and ensuring that everyone experiences it, and of course 30 million also being directly into the organization and execution of this tournament. So, very, very heartfelt thank you to Absa, and while we are working on this, I would like to, there we go, we can give a round of applause to the man himself, Ferdinand Omanyala, as he says hi to the people who will be sitting on stage alongside here. Remember, he smashed the Africa record with 9.77, was it? Back in the day? Yeah, the man is fast with his feet and also quick with that smile as well. Now, as we continue to work, I am very cautious on inviting our next speaker because I would like for you to hear it. And I can see some of us have gone into the shade. It's interesting. You guys are running away from the sun and you expect your athletes to perform under the sun for your enjoyment. It's amazing. Give them a round of applause. And then you guys give them a round of applause for sitting in the sun for this entire... There we go. That's how you share the love. All right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of jokes as well. But yeah, here's a quick one. I'll just ask him to stand up. I know he won't get a chance to speak because he and Morale are here for your questions. But I'll ask, since he's just come from training, he's still warm. Ferdinand Smama Kidogo, I'll ask you to come closer to the mic because we are live and you can hear here. Yeah. A lot of pressure is on you. A lot of expectation from the Kenyan Republic. And it's because over the course of this Kip Keino Classics, you have constantly warmed the hearts and given us amazing performances. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
Good morning, everyone. This one I'm excited. You know, previous years I've been running 100 meters before, but this is my first one, so I don't really know what to expect, but I've prepared well. Yeah, I've prepared well. Yeah, and really, I really don't know what to expect next week, but I'm excited. I know it will be a good run. I know I'm ready, looking at how I ran the Indo season, breaking the national record twice, so I know I'm ready for this one. And don't ask me what I'm expecting, because this year we're not working with that. We're working with how you feel it, and how the atmosphere will be. I'm hoping that this is going to be the weather for next week Saturday, so that we can have very good times. But I'm sure that it will be a good run. I'm just asking people to come out in large numbers. You know, I work with crowds. I love crowds. I love the hype. So I'm hoping that the stadium will be full because it's a small stadium, not compared to Kasarani. It's a small stadium close to town. And it's a fast track. That one I know. I'm sure that it's a fast track. So I'm excited.
All right, thank you. Round of applause for him. All right, so assuming this holds, we will proceed. But if it doesn't hold, I would like for you who are here to be understanding, because we will proceed as long as those who are home and watching can hear us. We will proceed. So now I want to invite our next speaker. She's known to deal with a lot of pressure. We know that. But she's one who can deal with it and keep up with that pace. She's the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of Kenya. But that aside, here's something interesting you probably didn't know. She doesn't look fit for no reason. She continues to run. And when I say continue, you're thinking, what do you mean continue? Yes. Her first sport was actually running. She was into athletics. How did it come about that she stopped? Funny story. Kipchoge Keino advertised the pen. Ilikuwa inasemekana kilometric. Y'all remember? At least those who are of age to remember. That was the joke that she had to endure, kilometric, the runners, kilometric. And she was in a posh school, so she decided, hey, I want to be posh. And she joined swimming. And just like that, Kenya, we lost out on an earlier version of possibly Mary Moraa. But she's here with us, and she's going to support the Kipchoge Classic Continental Tour, and she's coming up right now. Round of applause for Gladys Boss Shule.
Is it morning, everybody? Mr. President, representative, consumer marketing person from Absa, the director of this particular Kipchoge Classic, Mr. Barnaba, and of course our heroes, Moraa, I salute you, and of course, Manyala, yes? God, my God, I'm awed just standing next to you guys. Yeah, so when people think I'm a big deal, I say, these guys are a big deal. So I salute you, and I'm humbled to be able to stand here before you. And I stand here not as Deputy Speaker, but as somebody who has supported sports for a long time, and somebody who admires all our sportsmen and women. And like Shiko said, is that I would have been a world champion now, but I was very silly, because Kipchoge used to advertise the kilometric pen, and the advertisement used to say, kilometric is definitely a long-distance runner. And I went to this school in Hill School, Eldoret, and many kids from Nairobi used to come there, and there were these posh kids, so as we were the rural Calais there. So I decided that, so we were seen as not posh, they called us kilometrics. So I decided I didn't want to be a kilometric. So I decided to take up swimming, which I was not good at. That's why I'm not a swimming champ. Yeah, but I still love sports. I still support it, especially athletics. And I continue to do that through various initiatives at home. And I still do my part of trying to run 10 kilometers at least twice a week. Yes, I will be here to be the part of the cheering squad. But I always say, the biggest people I admire are sports people, because it takes their own sheer discipline and hard work to get there. They don't have to use networks. You know, in the professional world, you might have networks, family networks, somebody might know you at the workplace, then you get promoted. But then with sports, it's sheer hard work. You're on that field by yourself, and it's your own energy and strength and discipline. So yes, that's extremely impressive, and I say when you want to, the people I admire most are sportsmen and women, and that's why I continue to stand here, and I'm humbled to be before you, our champions. I'm humbled to be before you, and these are the amazing people that we should support. They're the ones who fly the flag of Kenya high. When I introduce myself in international events, I say I am from the city of champions, the source of champions, and the home of champions. And that's when people know where Kenya is, so else Kenya would not be known. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful sporting event, and we shall be there to be the cheering squad, since I'm no longer a kilometric.
Oh, there we go. Honorable Gladys Boss Shule. Not running, but coming to support the runners, and absolutely right. I might point out that I've met this man sitting next to me a number of times, and each time I meet him, I am not only in awe, but I end up disliking him slightly more and more, because he looks amazing, and some of us are just trying to get there. Speaking of getting there, speaking of getting there, there is something very interesting I want to talk about, the number 54. What is the importance of the number 54? Well, at the 54th World Athletics Congress in Budapest, Hungary, the man who's coming up next, who is also the Athletics Kenya President, Jackson Tuwei, Lieutenant General, retired, was also brought in as a man who made history as the first Kenyan boss be elected as World Athletics Vice President, a man who's not only made history in terms of that seat, but ensuring that Kenya has grown in leaps and bounds to become a world leader in athletics. I can see he has been dealing with the sun, and I will invite him to the podium now to give his speech ahead of our next part of the program.
Thank you very much. The Principal Secretary for Sports, Department of Sports, our Deputy Speaker, where is, of course, the CEO of Absa, who is our sponsor, the two heroes who are here today, and all of you, Karibuni Sana, welcome. Welcome to this launch of the 5th edition of Continental Tour Nairobi. I think I started from the beginning and I said, what is this Continental Tour? Let us remind ourselves, why is it, what is Continental Tour? And the director, Barnaba Korira, said, it is the only one in Africa. Yes, correct, it's the only one in Africa. But what is Continental Tour? World Athletics started this idea of forming the continental tours in every continent 5 years ago. Actually 6 years ago. That is when the idea came in. But the reason why it was started is because you are all aware that we have got other events like Diamond League. We have got international championships. We have got world championships. We have got Commonwealth Games, we have got the Olympics and so forth and so on. We have got the city marathons. And we have got so many other events which are organized by independent people and independent institutions and of course international federations. So the idea was because there were too many athletes wanting to run. And therefore, World Athletics came with something called a world plan. A world plan to make sure that all the athletes get enough competition, they have enough opportunities, and they can earn money. That is the most important thing. I'm sure you have also seen in the recent the past, about 2-3 days ago, that the World Athletics is also going to pay gold medalists in the Olympics, something that has never been done before, something that is new, something that is attractive, and something that will definitely give athletes a real opportunity to earn money and to show their prowess. And so these are the initiatives that are coming from World Athletics, and we want to thank World Athletics for this particular idea and initiative. So when it was decided, we in Kenya, as Athletics Kenya, we took the opportunity also to apply and to request World Athletics to allocate us one of the continental events here in Nairobi, which they did. And it has been done for the last 5 years, as it has been said here. And so, allow me to congratulate those who have been involved in this arrangement from that time up to today, led by Barnaba Korira and your team. Congratulations. Of course, we have all done something. You know, when it was given to Kenya, everybody came into this event, and we worked together. So all those of you who have worked with us, you know, the sponsors, the media, the technical officials, the logistical teams, and so forth and so on. I want to thank each one of you, because to organize something like this, which is a world event, and do it well, that it attracts the international competitors to come to Kenya here, is not something easy. It's not something easy. And to be the only one in Africa, and to maintain 5 consecutive times, is not a simple thing. And so, all our technical officials, congratulations, you have done wonderfully well. And you know, what appears, we have not only built the athletes, we have also built our technical officials. We have built capacity in every area. Technical officials, logistics like hotels, transport, meals, because meals are going to be exactly the same in every hotel. medical. So it's not just athletics, it goes beyond. And we have built that capacity. And I would like to introduce to you Pauline Murumba here. Pauline Murumba is a technical official here from Kenya, and she has been appointed as the chief technical official for this event here in Nairobi. We are proud of this. So congratulations. And so most of the technical officials are from Kenya. So we have built this capacity and we'll continue building this capacity so that we can, in the future, maybe next year or in the future, we can then host a bigger event. We would like to host a bigger event, including even the World Championships. We have been allowed, and thank you, Panappias, you have allowed us to apply to host the World Championships in 2029, and we are doing that. So we hope it will come to Kenya here, so that we can continue. And these officials are the ones who are going to do all these issues. One of the latest technical officials who has just been promoted last week is Kennedy Tanu here. He is the World Athletics Director of Competition. So we keep on continuing, and there are only two in Africa, him and somebody else, you can imagine. And therefore, we continue building our team, building our capacity, supporting our officials so that they can become international. Every now and then when we have gone to either Commonwealth Games or All African Games or African Championships or even World Championships, they have identified some officials from Kenya to go and officiate there. When you see people like Wilmina here, they have come a long way. They have come a very long way, and they are still there. They are still professional. They are the ones who make sure that the results are properly done, the timings are properly, guided, and so forth and so on. So I would like to really say thank you so much for this. And now, of course, the ministry. We want to thank you very sincerely because you have given us all the support. You have given us all the ideas, the good ideas. We have put together discussions, and that is why we come to this. So next week, on Saturday, I think it will be a real event that will be coming here. And so the champions, the Ferdinand Omanyala, and the Mary Mora, and the rest who will be running, we wish you all the very best of luck. Because I'm sure this place will be real fireworks. It will be real fireworks here. But we would like that fireworks, of course, to remain back here in Kenya. So congratulations. Make that happen, that we remain with the championship here in Kenya. And so forth. So I would like to say that, of course, we moved this from Kasarani because the last events have been held in Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, but now we have moved here because Kasarani is under renovation, and all the same, I'm sure it is going to give a very good facility for this championship. We have been told who will be coming, so let me also join all those who have been ahead of me to welcome all the Kenyans and all the our country, our neighboring countries as well, to come and watch this because it is the only one in Africa, and we would like to make sure that we show the world that yes, we love this event. We welcome this event because we have been given, and we are ready to continue with this event even into the future. So I want to thank you so much, and let us put all our efforts together so that we present a very, very successful and very, very professional championship. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the Lieutenant General retired Jackson Tuwei, who has also given us hope for the future. So we know about the past in athletics in Kenya. It's glorious. The present, well, it's the Kip Keino Continental Tour Gold that will be happening here at Nyayo. The future is that 2029 World Championship, so we're looking forward to that particular one. And I know Manyala said there's absolutely no pressure on him, but the boss has actually said he's hoping and expecting a win, so we'll see how that one plays out. As you saw earlier on, The Principal Secretary Sports walked in. I would like to welcome him now to give us a few words, a round of applause for Engineer Peter Toom as he comes up to give us a speech.
How are you? Good, sir. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good morning. Sorry I walked in a little bit late because I've just finished a meeting. But like we had indicated earlier, and I think the President AK spoke to that, this is a very, very important sporting activity in this country. And let me just keep the protocols. Of course, I recognize the President, AK, General Lieutenant, Retired General Tuwei, Deputy Speaker, Madam Cholet, our Absa representative here, and our very good competitors, my friend Omanyala. Welcome again, good to see you. And of course, Mora, Karibu Sana, members of the Fourth Estate present, the organizers of this very, very important meet. Good morning once again. Like I said earlier, I would wish to speak to two issues. The first one is the importance of this event to the ministry and this country in totality. You know, when we started speaking about the Kip Keino Classic, we had not appended the name Absa. And let me take this opportunity to congratulate Absa for walking into a space that is going to give them a plus in the business that they are undertaking in this country. And also welcome them to this event and assure them that they are working with the champions of the world. It is very, very important to note that curating this kind of event in a country is not as easy as we think. And that is why, like you've rightly been informed, this is the only African country that is hosting this kind of event in this place. And therefore, I think even if it was for nothing else, can you give an applause to this country? And for that reason, let me thank His Excellency the President for having the ambassador #1 to have ensured that most of these sporting activities that are currently have been earmarked to be held in this country continue to be hosted here. And then secondly, of course, the ministry for having made sure that there is adequate preparation in terms of facilitation, financial or otherwise, technical, in order to ensure that this thing is held here. Let me also thank the Colazo Group, the event organizer. You've done a wonderful job. No wonder we are able to pride ourselves here today and say, in the next 10 or so days, we are going to host a very, very important event in this country. And what about AK itself? Congratulations. You've done us proud in this country. And let me tell you, we don't just succeed because an event is happening. When we speak about the hosting of Kip Keino Classic, now nicknamed Absa Kip Keino Classic, we tend to forget those who are behind the success in terms of organizing the same. And that is why I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the government and the ministry to thank Athletics Kenya. You've done us proud. And why am I specifically talking about them? I'm talking about them because of two reasons. One is that when you look at Athletics Kenya and you look at the system within, they are trying their level best to curate athletes in this country. it's both successful and noise-free. We've been grappling with issues of doping in this country. And I think their leadership has ensured that those issues of doping are brought to a minimum. And their effort with us as a ministry, we have oftenly consulted, and we've made sure that the doping issues in this country now are on the minimum. And that is why when you see our athletes seated here, and those who are not with us, you know, participating in most of the events, you can almost assure yourselves that it is nothing but their own personal initiative and strength. I would also want to thank the coaches seated here with us, and that is why most of you are getting promoted in the world scene, because you are doing a very good job for us. Now let's speak about athletics and generally sport in this country. In the recent past, you realized we had had the Safari Rally, which was very successful. For the first time, through partnerships that we had with the KCB and many corporates, we curated a sporting activity that was rated the best in the world. It was at the 13th round, and it was rated the best in the world. And yet, it was the most cost-effective event of all times. And therefore, I'm looking at ourselves as a ministry, I'm looking at ourselves as a ministry, as a country, and I'm saying the future is bright. And that is why, as government, we want to associate ourselves with this kind of field events. We want to associate ourselves with all sporting activities in this country. And we want to promise that as a ministry, we will continue giving that required support. We've supported now the Kip Keino Classic. And the government has come in big and heavy. And that is why we are seated here today planning to ensure that this event succeeds. So let me speak to the athletes themselves. As a government, we have planned heavily the path within which we will ensure that the young athletes are identified, they are nurtured, and at the end of the day, we want to ensure that that talent that they have acquired over time is monetized one way or another. And that is why when we came in as government, we decided and said, we must motivate yourselves by ensuring that your allowances are improved. We must motivate yourselves by ensuring that whenever you win, whatever you win earns you a better reward than you've ever had. And that is why when you see my friends here smiling, they know what we've been able to do to them as government. And let me assure you, we will ensure that we continue improving. As the economy of this country improves, and it has, we'll ensure that the welfare of all athletes in all sporting ecosystem are rewarded and rewarded handsomely. The reason being, we want to shine as a country. We are known for athletics. And a government that is worth its salt must ensure that those ambassadors are rewarded accordingly. I promise we will continue doing that as government. The policies that are currently there have been reworked, and we are ensuring that we keep improving as time goes by. You saw what we did in Accra, Ghana the other day. We sent there a contingent that was well motivated, and even the Deputy Speaker here will be able to tell you that we won handsome gold medals in Ghana. We want to replicate the same also even as we prepare for the Olympics this summer. We are planning with the National Olympics Committee And we have put together a contingent. We are still doing that, however, to ensure that we earn gold medals, even in those areas that we've never fielded before. Why? Because we want to put Kenya on a pedestal that it will be recognized worldwide as a house that has sporting prowess. And with those very many remarks, General, I think we are doing a good job. I just came here to give you an assurance of the ministry. My CS was not able to be with us. He sent his apologies and he's passed his greetings to everyone, particularly the athletes. And we are wishing you the best of luck. We want to ensure that this ecosystem is an ecosystem that is up there in terms of operations. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonapias. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we have done with the speeches, I would like to welcome one or two, possibly just 3 questions because the sun is baking, to see if you have any key questions for any of the speakers up here or for either of the 2 athletes. Kindly, members of the 4th Estate. Any burning question? All right, great. So I see, okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'll just be straight. This one goes to the General. You've actually given a hint on what to expect next year. Are we seeing an upgrade of the Kip Keino Classic from Continental Gold Tour event to the Diamond League that we've always wanted? And then also to Mora. I think you can also talk to us on your plans. You talked of a sub 156. We want to know what has been cooking. We want to know what this Coach Sang's Chronicles we've been talking about is all about. Thank you.
All right, perhaps I will start. Can I ask for that NTV mic because it's roaming as well? Because I will ask, the questions will be answered from the seat. I would appreciate that microphone.
My name is Michelle, and my question goes to Mr. Corey. Just in relation to the track, obviously the standards are not so good. So what is going to happen to the track so that the event maintains its international standards?
All right, well, we'll start. I'll actually ask Bonakori to actually start answering that one, and then we'll come back to the questions asked of Mora.
Yes, so good question, Michelle. We have looked at it because of the construction which is going on in Kasarani. The event was relocated here at Yao Stadium. Of course, it would have taken a long time to replace the tartan. However, we discussed also with World Athletics on the conditions of the track, and we found that there are just minor repairs that are going on which will also suffice for the event. So that is what is going on now with the stadium management to ensure that the tartan itself is conducive for the competition. So that is okay, and it will meet the standards that is also approved by World Athletics. I have discussed with them, and it is okay. This stadium is fit, and it's going to be very, very fine.
The question, of course, the first one to Mora was the sub 156.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning again.
Okay, what I can say, we are ready. We have finished training, and that is our work. So what I can tell you is that on that day, come on the cheers. You know, when you are in a competition, anything can happen. So we are ready for anything. The way my colleague has said, tuko ready. Fans mkuje kwa wingi. Uwanja iko open. Usikae kwa nyumba ukisema una watch kwa TV. Haitakuwa mzuri. Kuja witness na macho yako. Maybe unataka kusalimia Umanyala kwa hapa, hiyo siku utamsalimia. Unataka kupiga picha na Moran Umanyala. Just come and witness. We are here. Come and cheers. So yesterday I posted something on my Facebook page to learn under 156. It's something I'm planning. Maybe before Olympics I'll do something good. That's what I can promise you. Thank you.
All right, next we'll call the General up to answer the question pertaining from the Continental Tour to the Diamond League.
Thank you, Mary Mora, for inviting the Kenyans to come and cheer. This is good. Yes, the Continental Tour into Diamond League. We are hosting the 5th Continental Tour here on Saturday next week. When we started this, we had that objective of actually going to the next level. And we have had that objective, that idea, that energy to take this event to the next level, which is the Diamond League. Now, you know, the organization of Diamond League is slightly different from other events. It has got its own committee. It has got only 14 events in the world, and they have restricted it to only 14. And so you cannot, no other country or federation can join unless one is either exempted or pulls out. So they remain 14. And therefore, we have applied. We have applied to be considered to that promotion to the Diamond League. And since we applied, nobody has pulled out and nobody has been discontinued. So we are just waiting. But I can assure you, we will follow it up. We will still pursue and see that hopefully in the near future, hopefully. We don't want to push anybody out, but at least we want to be considered to promote this event into a Diamond League. So that is where we are. I hope I've answered the question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, because of time, of course, and the insane heat, yes, we do have one more question. All right, let's get that final question.
Hello, Moses. I'm Eric from Standard Media. Maybe just expound to us how Kip Keino has elevated Absa as a brand and Absa's commitment to athletics in the country. Thank you.
No, thank you for that question. You know, as brands, the profile of brands is made what it is by athletics or other sports. And the profile of sports is also elevated by brands. So there's a very clear benefit to the bank and the brand Absa from the work we've done with the athletes and athletics in general. We pride ourselves and will continue to do this given brand Kenya cannot be brand Kenya to what Deputy Speaker said without athletics and without athletes. So we see benefit to the brand and we also see the benefit to the sport from the brand, and this is something you can expect will continue to harness and to build here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And that's the final question, ladies and gentlemen. And now I'd like you to turn your attention to the screen for a video that, if nothing else has, will definitely excite you into ensuring that on the 20th, you're right here at Nyayo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and then finally, because the PS and the Deputy Speaker, of course, are pressed for time, as are you, we will be doing now a photo op with the trophies. So I'll ask us to take the trophies. Ladies, gentlemen, I'd like us to stand up, take a photo op with the trophies. Corinne, kindly join the stage. Members of the Fourth Estate. As they take those photos with the trophies that will be, you know, the ones that people want to parade, I want to remind you of some of the players or runners, athletes that Corinne has mentioned will be coming into this event. It'll be interesting to see that duo between Omanyala Ferdinand and, of course, Bednorek Kenneth. They usually say the U.S. is the first world and we are the third world, but when it comes to this meet, Omanyala has shown that we are first and everyone else follows, and let's see if that will be the case. We have Tebogo Metsile from Botswana coming back where he launched his career as silver medalist of 2023 World Championships will be here. The hammer throw, will it be a 3P4 Nowicki Wojciech? That's the question. The Polish coming to make sure that he can actually make it 3 from the Kip Keino Classic. The javelin throw, we all know how that is going to be challenging. 2016 medalist, gold and silver medalist at the Olympics. We'll see Roland Thomas from Germany up against our very own Diego Julius, the Kenyan YouTube javelin superstar. And of course, it will all be all eyes on our 800 meters world champion duel between Mary Mora and Nakai Halima. So there's so much to look forward to, so much to look towards, and as having finished with the trophies, I would like us to pay attention to the check presentation from the official banking partner and sponsor of Kip Keino Classic Continental Tour 2024, Absa Bank. The signing of the check is just about to happen. Moses Muthui, Consumer Banking Director, putting pen to check.
Well, there you have it, folks. One of the biggest sporting events on the Kenyan sports calendar is up and running, just 9 days away. And the big call is come to Nyayo National Stadium and support Kenya's finest. That is the rallying call right here. Na kama uwezi fika study, all the action will be brought to you live, up close and personal on your #1 TV station, NTV. My name is Hilary Anekea. See you on 20th at the Nyayo National Stadium.